Yo, what's up, Hustle Nation? It's the California Gold Rush all over again, man. Let me explain. If you know your history, then you know that during the California Gold Rush, there were four main groups of people that came all the way up during the California Gold Rush. And I want to share with you those four individuals and how I say it's the California Gold Rush all over again, but really it has never ended, right? Every industry has these four main individuals making money, coming up, getting it out of the mud. And I want to show you how you can use just one of these four strategies to get it out of the mud for yourself and create a profitable, sustainable business that will last for generations to come. So comment where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and comment keyword Gold Rush if you're ready, and let's get to it. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it real quick. If you don't know me, I'm H. Cortez, financial health mentor from myperfectmoneyplan.com, and I'm on a mission to empower working Americans economically through financial literacy with an emphasis on entrepreneurship and personal brand development. What the heck are you talking about, Cortez? This California Gold Rush. Well, smash that share button, and I'll tell you. Listen, we can no longer afford to hoard information, ladies and gentlemen. So share this with your timeline as well. Really quickly, during the California Gold Rush, if you don't know, that's the time in history where people found gold in the ground out in California, and everybody rushed out there to see if they can get their hands on some of those gold nuggets, right? But there was four main entities, types of individuals that came up out of that situation, right? Write this down in your notes. The practitioner, right? The tools guy, right? The info guy, and the financier or investor. There was four entities that really crushed it and came up. There was a practitioner, and believe it or not, fewer of them actually struck gold. There was the tools guy, there was the info guy, and there was the financier or the bank. And I'm going to tell you, if you stick around to the end of this video, which one you should focus on being today so that you can build a profitable and sustainable brand for yourself that will last through the test of time. Let's look at the practitioner. The practitioner is the person who actually dug the earth. They sifted the gravel, they dug in the mines, and they were looking for the gold. It's the practitioner. They actually did what it took for them to find gold. And a few of them struck it bananas rich, right? They found some of them gold nuggets. They hit a vein, they hit a little pocket, and it was game on. It's a practitioner. You can be a practitioner today. You could find a niche and you can actually do what it takes to make that money in that niche, right? But I don't know if I would really start there. You could, if you got a passion, you should. But there's another industry that's even more, another one of these entities that made it even more gravy, right? So you got the practitioner. Few of them actually struck it rich. Then you got the tool salesman, right? All of the people who fled out to California to strike it rich, to find gold, they all needed tools to make it happen. And guess what? Some of the same companies today are derivatives of the companies that were selling the pickaxes, the shovels, the pants. Levi jeans created denim back then, and that's where denim material came from. Excuse me. Those were the tool salesmen. Way more of them got rich than the practitioners. Because think about it. How many people fled out there and all of them needed tools? And then the tools broke and they needed new tools. And then as the industry came and continued to grow and evolve, they created more and more tools. Everything from your basic hammer, pickaxe, shovel, all the way to your most sophisticated tools of the day. The tools people got rich, right? Then you had the financiers, the investors, the bankers, right? If you could convince me that even from Missouri, I got a cousin out there who found a vein. If I can get there, I can help him dig. I can help him mine that vein, and we can all get rich. I just need you to finance me, right? I'm going by horse and buggy, horse and carriage, right? But if you give me the money to get the tools and the supplies, I'm gonna head out to California. My cousin has got this vein popping. I'm gonna help him mine it. And whatever I get, we're gonna split it 50-50. So there were the people who were financing that whole thing. There were the people who were investing in the tool company. Hey, man, everybody out here is trying to dig gold and they all need shovels. I can't keep shovels in the shelf on the shelves. If you invest $1,000 with me, Mr. Banker, I can go and buy 10,000 shovels and I'm going to split the profits with you. There was the investors. Nothing wrong with being the investors. They're making money with their money. They're making a huge percentage. They're crushing it. But do you know who crushed it the most with the biggest profit margin of them all, and who you could become today with the power of the internet? You know who crushed it? You know who had the biggest margins? You know who didn't have to sell a whole bunch of stuff to really make their money during that time? The information guy. See, the information guy had a map with an X on it and said, hey, this is where you can go and start digging and find your gold. The information guy paid pennies to have the map reproduce a gazillion times. And he sold the map for $1. The information guy. And don't just think the map guy. It was also, think about all the information that was available, right? People went out there and they dig and they were digging and they were panning. And somebody said, you know what? You're doing that wrong. Come over to my workshop and I'll teach you how to really pan gold and what to actually look for. A lot of people found gold, but they threw it away because they're looking for it to be the finished product. No, gold, when you get it out the ground, it's ore. You got to know what that looks like. Let me teach you that, but it's going to cost you $100 for me to teach. The information guys crushed it. What am I saying to you guys today? If you don't know, the information product business is slated to be a $1 billion per day business or industry before the end of this decade. I'm going to run that one back because I got to make sure y'all get that one. The information product industry is slated to be a $1 billion per day industry by the end of this decade. And you, with the advent of the internet, has the ability to start taking your intellectual capital and turning it into intellectual property and get in the game, and it costs you next to nothing. cost you next to nothing to get in the info product game. There's two ways that you can really crush it in the info product game. If you have a gift, talent, passion, experience, expertise yourself, then you can start creating your own information products and start marketing them, present them to the marketplace and sell them. And your margin on an information product, guys, it doesn't take anything. You got the tool right now. You got a computer, a laptop. You can type your information out and it becomes an info product. This video right now is becoming an info product. Package it, present it, sell it to the people who are looking for this information. Now, that's one way you can get in the info product game, right? You take your own intellectual capital and you turn it into intellectual property. Now, the other way that you can get into the info product game, now that you know how big this industry is going to be, you might want to become the person that's going to teach people how to turn their intellectual capital into intellectual property. See, you might know somebody right now, every time you talk to that person, they just bless you with knowledge. And you like, man, you ought to put that in a book. You ought to put that in a video course. Man, you ought to do workshops. You ought to do webinars. You ought to do seminars. And what does that person always come back and say to you? Man, I don't know how to do all that stuff. That's where you come in. If you learn this skill, you learn how to do this, then you turn around and you teach them. Let me show you how to create your ebook. We'll split it 50-50. We both have ownership. I'm going to give you the skill to create it. I'm going to help you create it. I'm going to invest in the project. You own 50% of the project. I own 50% of the project. Oh, you don't know how to create this workshop, this video course? Let me teach you how to create the video course. And you own 75% of the product. I own 25%. And when we sell it, that's how we're going to split the profits. See, this is a skill that you could develop. There are millions upon millions upon millions of people who got intellectual capital. They literally got money inside their mind, but they don't know how to mine it out and turn it into intellectual property so it goes from their mind to their pocket. You can teach them how to do that. And you can get paid an upfront fee to do that for them. You can get paid an upfront fee plus royalties or residuals. You can get paid an upfront fee plus royalties plus ownership stake in the product. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't work for but three things. If I'm trading my time for anything, it's going to be for equity, that's ownership. It's going to be for passive income, or it's going to be for residual income. That's pretty much it. If I'm trading my time, in return, I either have to get a stake in ownership, or I have to get some passive income from it on an ongoing basis, or I have to get some residual income from it on an ongoing basis. My own mother-in-law asked me, because I'm pretty handy, Cortez, can you come and do my kitchen floor? I said, Mom, if there is not a way that I can find, if there's not a way that I can get paid over and over and over and over again for laying this floor for you one time, I can't do it. Then my wife stepped in. She said, you do get paid over and over and over again, if you know what I mean. You better go do that floor for my mama. So I went and did the floor for my mother-in-law, right? Nevertheless, if you understand what I'm saying, the info product game is where it's at. I want to take this moment to invite you to click on the link in the description below, and you're going to learn all about how to get in this info product game. Now, for those of you who are serious about this and you're watching this recording live, then I've got a workshop coming up next Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. less than 50 bucks, you can get in on this class. I'm going to teach you the 7 ways to turn your intellectual capital into intellectual property so that you can market and sell it and start making money from what you know. Less than 50 bucks. Now, if you're watching this in one of my private Facebook groups, I'm going to tell you, you guys get it for 20 bucks. But if you're not part of the Wealth Creation Playbook community, then you're going to pay full price, 47 bucks. So you might want to go join Wealth Creation Playbook right here on Facebook so that you can get in that workshop and save $27, right? So if that's you, all you got to do is comment workshop. My team is still working on the link, 504 boy. He said, where is the link? I'm still working. They're working out the last couple pieces of that link to make it available so you guys can go and purchase that workshop. So if you comment workshop, I'm going to come back and hit you with that link probably in the next 45 minutes or so. It should be ready and live, but I couldn't wait to get this video out to you guys. I wanted you guys to know that we are in an amazing time in history right now. The internet has literally leveled the playing field, guys, and it's allowing us, anybody who's got any level of ambition, anybody who could recognize a great opportunity when they see it, anybody who understands that the information game is where it's at. I was just reading an article, right, in this magazine. It says how Jeff Bezos reacts to crisis. In this book, Steve Jobs invited Jeff Bezos out to have sushi with him. He had just released the iPod. Steve Jobs told Jeff Bezos, hey man, CDs are on his way out. You have the ability to corner the market and be the biggest distributor of vintage DVDs. As they become more and more scarce, you can charge a premium for that, right? Now, Jeff Bezos was thinking like Steve Jobs was thinking. And guess what came out of that meeting? Not Jeff Bezos and Amazon selling vintage CDs. Now, can you go on Amazon and get CDs that you can't find anywhere else in the world? Yes, but that ain't what they did. So you got to understand how to recognize opportunity. Steve Jobs had already created the iPod. Jeff Bezos could have been tempted to go and follow, and how can I create the second best iPod? You know what he did? Instead of creating the second best iPod, he created the first best Kindle. What Steve Jobs did to music and taking it digital, Steve Jobs did the same thing for books. Now he's got the market on digital books, downloadable with Kindle, and Apple has the market cornered on downloadable music. Do you recognize the opportunity that is at hand? Everything that we learn in the very near future is going to be coming by way of digital downloads. Are you positioning yourself for people to be able to digitally download you? Is my question. So with that, my friend, if you're interested in this workshop, less than 50 bucks, you're going to be able to take your intellectual capital and turn it into intellectual property. I'm going to teach you 7 ways. And what's cool about that, guys, is you only need to learn what I'm going to teach you one time. And then you're going to be able to do it over and over and over again for yourself. You're going to be able to do it over and over and over again for other people. So really, truly, I probably should be charging y'all a lot more than just $50. Right. But nevertheless, man, I want to be a blessing to you because you guys have been a blessing to me, the way you follow the show, the way you rock with your boy. So I appreciate that. Comment workshop if you want access to that workshop. And once the link is available, I'm going to drop that link on y'all. Until I talk to y'all next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.